Some of the guys, all the guys that were
trying to calm him down.
I would say it's going to be a skating team. It's kind of hard to put what type of a team we're really going to have right now. It's kind of a day-by-day type of thing when you see the type of players. When it's all said and done, we don't know exactly who's going to be on our team coming down from the big team yet. So. We got the players that are here right now. If you watch the practices, the last couple of practices, they're all real good skaters. Even the guys that are here on tryouts are real good skaters. So they should be able to get around the ice pretty good. There's lots of guys that are 20 years old. You can have 3 of them on your team in junior hockey. So we're going to have some 20-year-olds on the team here that are right out of junior hockey. So it's a lot younger league. But it's a little bit older. But the gap between the American Hockey League and junior is not as big as it used to be. It's very exciting, doing the renos and stuff in the building. It's all new, so it's going to be home. We got to make our own way. We got to give the building a little bit of character, and the way you do that is by winning some hockey games. Well, it's some of the guys, all the guys that were in main camp in Phoenix. I know them, but you get to know them every day, and it's not about knowing them on the ice. That's knowing what type of hockey player they are. You got to know what type of person they are too. You got to get to know them. You got to get to know them in the training room. You got to get to know them in the locker room. You got to get to know them in your office when you're having certain meetings with them and stuff. It's not just what they do on the ice. I'd like to have a few more exhibition games just to get to know everybody a little better, but that's the situation, and you have to deal with it. But opening of the season, every year, been in hockey, quite a few years now, and that opening game, whether you're a player or a coach or a trainer or whatever, or even a fan, that first game is exciting for everybody. Roles will be defined as we get going here. Veteran leadership is going to be so important. Veteran leadership is important on any team, and that's what we expect him to be a real good teammate. And that's early going. You never know what their role is going to, how big it's going to be, or what type of player they're going to be. But he's been around. He's one of the older guys in the team, and that's what we're going to expect at the start. He's a physical player, it probably, weighted to the defensive part, the checking part, the physicality. That's I haven't seen him play a lot. Seen him play up in Arizona's camp, and that's the type of player he is. He seems like a real engaging guy. I've talked to him a few times, and he seems to me like he'd be a really good teammate. Well, for I think when the people that first come to a hockey game, it's going to be very fast, and it'll be very physical for them. And what I've heard from most people that hadn't seen a game before, that's exactly what it is. It's physical, it's fast, and sometimes they don't understand all the rules and why the whistles go on. But what they got to do is just enjoy it. Well, they can expect to see, a lot of physicality, and the puck moves very fast, and sometimes you can't even see that the way these guys shoot now. But that's what they're going to see, all of the above.
Yeah, I think we'll be young, fast, and skilled. We're a younger group. Got a few veteran leaders here too, so I think we'll be a good team. We'll be quick, fast, lots of scoring chances. I think it'll be a fast-paced game out there.
What do you think of what you've seen from Tucson so far?
I like the town so far. It's sunny, seems nice, a lot of things to do. Looks like there's a bunch of good places to eat, so I like that.
Most of you guys have a place to stay yet?
We're all at a hotel for now, for the most part. A couple guys, I think, have a place to set up, but we'll be doing that as the year goes on. Yeah, it's cool. You want to start off right? You don't want to start off with a losing season or anything, so you want to get it started off well, win the first game on the road, and then win the first one at home, and go from there and just keep winning one game at a time.
It's interesting for sure. It's we just got here a couple days ago, so we're just kind of learning, and what we've seen so far we like.
What about the arena?
I mean, yeah, it's a work in progress as well. We're just trying to get things set up, but it's a good location. Should be a lot of fans, and if we can get some people here, it'd be awesome. Well, like a lot of us were up in Arizona for a couple weeks, and we meshed up there a little bit. I think we're gonna be a young team. Me being one of the older guys, I think Leadership's going to be important, and as long as we all get on the same page, we should be just fine. Everybody's got to buy in. The systems are in place, and we just got to all abide by that. Everybody's got a role in the team, so if we can all buy into our roles and everybody's happy with that, we should be able to win, and that makes us a successful team.
Describe Mark Lamb as a coach.
He's been good. I mean, like I said, we just started. He was on the ice a few times up in Arizona. Here, there's been good pace to the practice, good details with the system, so I think it's going to be good.
How old are you?
I'm 28. I'm a power forward. I just like to get the puck in, control the puck, finish my checks, work hard, block shots. If somebody's acting up out there, we're going to try and calm them down. So that's just the way I play, and especially with a lot of young guys being, first year in the league, I think that's going to be really important.
You consider yourself a leader on the team?
Yeah, I would definitely. This is my 7th year pro, so you learn a lot in those years, and if I can help the young guys, to improve or what they shouldn't be doing, I would gladly do that. Oh, I mean, just how to act around the rink, get your workouts in, get your stretching, just being a pro, eating properly, sleep before games is important, just everything, travel, like what they should be wearing, what they should do. So every little bit of information, I remember when I was a young guy, you didn't know what to think. So every little bit of help is good. Yeah, I want them to be, ready, prepared, not nervous, try and shake the nerves off as quick as you can, get out there, get your feet moving your first shift. And then everybody's skilled enough at this level to just play the game. So if you can crack the nerves and just get through that little first couple minutes, you should be just fine. Yeah, I mean, there's a lineup in the room every night, and there's questions about who's this guy, who's that guy, and me being around for a while, I know most people in the league, and this guy, you got to keep your head up, or this guy, he's a good skilled guy. So in the end, no matter who you are, you're going to get hit, and it's a physical game, and you're going to have to work hard and keep your head up. So, you can only tell them so much, but like I said, they're skilled enough that they're going to be just fine.
You remember your reaction when you heard Tucson was the new place?
Yeah, no, I was really excited. Last year we were in Springfield, Massachusetts, and it was a lot different than here, let's just say that. So everybody was excited, and me being a free agent this year, I wanted to sign back here, and it worked out. So I think the guys are really excited, and to get the season going.
What do you think of Tucson so far?
I think it's great. I mean, warm weather. I mean, I'm from Canada, so you can't beat that. It's going to be nice winter. No snow. Like I said, we just got here. We kind of cruised around a little bit for lunch, but right now the focus is on the rink and just what we're doing in here. So we'll have time to scope out the city later.
Who were some of the key players that you looked up to when you were little?
I always liked Darcy Tucker, like Shane Corson, the guys that played the game hard, would fight if they had to. Got the boys going, and PK. Just you need those guys. I looked up to them.
We've got a lot of players out here that are trying out for the team, that are on NHL contracts, American Hockey League contracts, and also players that are on American Hockey League / East Coast League. So we have a number of players that are competing for spots for now, and for when there's injury situations during the course of the season, when the Coyotes need a player and we have to fill a roster spot. So it gives us a good exposure. There's a couple other camp invites that are also here that are exposing themselves to us, so that during the course of the season there's going to be a number of players coming and going because of injuries and different scenarios. So we know, I know all these players. I'm the one that basically brought them here, the free agents and the American Hockey League guys, and I've known the young players that are coming down from Phoenix. So that's it's my responsibility to understand the depth chart and how to put it together. So, and I think we've done a decent job. Obviously, we'll see when the puck drops and how it works. But I think all in all, for getting the keys to the Cadillac here on Saturday and getting in here, we're still, TVs aren't up, there's different things, but obviously we're pretty happy to be in our building and practicing the way that we're practicing. Well, let me just say, 2 days here, obviously with the building, the work that they've been able to do here since the end of May is absolutely incredible. That we've been able to accomplish, or they've been able to accomplish, getting the dressing rooms up to the American Hockey League standards and having the building ready. Obviously, there's minor things that still have to be done, but all in all, it's incredible because I came down here at the end of May with my wife after the announcement. I had not taken the job yet and walked through the building. I snuck in the back with my wife. This is the day after the announcement. And I walked through here and I said, not a chance they're going to get this done. And it's absolutely incredible that the work and the commitment that the city and the contractors and everybody pulled together to get this done, and that's why we're here. I've known Mark. Yeah, I've known Mark for a number of years. When he was coaching in Dallas, I knew him, and then I got to know him when he was in the Western Hockey League. When I was running Everett, and Mark was in Swift Current. So there's not too many people in this game that I haven't crossed paths with. So I've got a history with them, and you know, the respect for each other has been really good. So I think it's a good working relationship.
Can you talk about the convenience factor, the proximity to Phoenix, and being able to bring players back?
You bet. You know, that's the one thing that the American Hockey League has done. They've opened up that Western Conference, and the teams on the West Coast now are you know, taking advantage of that, putting their farm teams in the general area where they can have easy access to their players. They can monitor their players. So you look at Anaheim's down in San Diego, and you got LA in Ontario, and now Phoenix is here. So it just makes a lot of sense to have that kind of proximity. It just makes life a lot easier for everybody, and it gives them the opportunity to, you know, the management and the coaches to come down on an off day and watch a game here and see how the prospects are actually doing. So it's a good thing. No, I'd never been to Tucson. No, that was my first actual. We were looking for a place to go after a long year of pro scouting, and I'd seen 130 games last year, and it was like, okay, we're going to go somewhere at the end of the year, and we were thinking about actually going to Phoenix, and then for a few days use my points that I built up all year long, and then they started talking to me about coming down here. So I said to my wife, I said, let's. They got the nice JW Marriott over here, so we went over there for 5 days. We came in the day after the press conference. So I hadn't accepted the job yet. So when we came in the next day after the press conference, we drove up, and I just said, I'm here to pick something up I forgot yesterday. And took a tour of the building with my wife and checked it out. And you can see they've done a great job. It's a beautiful facility for an American Hockey League team. But obviously the upgrades had to be all underneath, and they've done a fantastic job there. Really good.